Welcome to the Imaginative Storm Writing Prompt of the Week video. I am Allegra Houston. My creative collaborator, James Nave, is on a plane right now, flying back from the Philippines to the US. So I flew this particular plane solo today. So we gather every Saturday at noon Eastern time with whoever wants to join us from anywhere around the world. We've had people from 6 out of the 7 continents Zoom into our call, Antarctica being the missing continent currently. So if you are a scientist at the South Pole, or you happen to be going there or know someone who might be going there, please encourage them to Zoom into our call and we will have covered all 7. It's a very silly ambition that I have. So people, as I say, Zoom in. It's free. You too are invited to Zoom in. You will always be able to find the link in the footer at imaginativestorm.com. And if you join our mailing list, you'll actually get a reminder on Saturday. So if you can't join us, we make this video for you. And here's how we do it. We choose an image in advance. We put it up on the screen for 2 minutes, and we ask everybody on the call, and that now includes you, virtually on the call, virtually on the call, to make a list of words or very short phrases inspired by the image. They don't have to have anything to do with the image at all. They don't have to have anything to do with one another. Just a list of whatever words or very short phrases pop into your mind as you look at this image. Once everyone has made their own personal list, we then go around the Zoom room and ask everyone to contribute a word or phrase from their list, and we create a community list, which functions as a kind of collective imagination, if you like, a sort of inlet of the great collective unconscious that we are all swimming in. Or you also might like to think of the words as toys for your imagination to play with when we come to the writing time. So we create a big shared playpen of words. You might like to write these words down as I read them. There is something that happens when something goes in your ear and out your hand, but I also will put the list up again on the screen during the 10-minute writing time for you to refer to. And don't worry if you don't get them correct. There is no correct. If you mishear and write down something else, it still functions perfectly brilliantly as a toy for your imagination to play with. So don't worry about that. Here we go. Crypto peasant, metropolis, rickets, awkward position. I missed the question. Sugar sand, detail, bowing to the machine, transformer, bound, metamorphosis, late night freak show, shrapnel, genetically modified, waterfall hair, nasal congestion, indescribable agony, completely innocent, nightmares, Jeff Goldblum again, twin flame, allergic reaction, refugee praying, strange fish. This art is killing me. So there you have it. A very interesting and varied list for your imagination to play with. We like to describe imaginative storm writing as a dance between the rational and the imaginative mind. The kind of dance where one partner leads and the other one follows, like, a foxtrot or a tango. And usually in your everyday life, your rational mind is the partner leading, and often your imaginative mind isn't getting much of a look in. But for these 10 minutes, ask your rational mind to follow and let your imagination lead the dance. So that means if your imagination whirls and swirls and spins your rational mind into, what it thinks of as nonsense, its job is just to stick with the program, not storm off in a huff, not try and take control. Let your imagination go wherever it wants. Let it surprise you. That's the fun of this, is letting your imagination surprise you. And I didn't say it earlier, but in case you're new to this whole thing, we highly encourage you to write by hand. And if you want to learn more about why, just check out the blog at imaginativestorm.com. So write by hand, and your 10 minutes. And by the way, you don't have to you can use as many or as few of the words as you like. You don't have to write about the image. You write about whatever you like. Just find a starting place and let your imagination go. And your 10 minutes starts now. Something now exists in the world that didn't exist 10 minutes ago. And you might think that's just kind of throwaway, it's just something you did in 10 minutes. And that actually is the point, because writing throwaway is very valuable. Usually, most of us suffer, or many of us anyway, suffer with an inner critic that's always judging everything as good or not good, what we're wearing, what we said, what we look like, what we created, what we did, anything, what we cooked. And it's a really wonderful thing to get to the point where you hear that voice, it doesn't go away, but you hear that voice, it's quieter, and you just go, so what? You say, so what to that judging voice? I literally realized this last Friday. I did a life drawing session for the first time. I haven't done an art class or art group since 7th grade. And of course, my judging voice was like, oh, that's not very good. And I just found myself saying, well, so what? And that was a gift. So that's so what is one of the things that we're cultivating here. But in fact, you also may find that you like what you wrote a lot more when you read it aloud than when you were writing it or when you read it silently on the page. Your body responds to the things in your writing that you like the best, which are usually the things that surprise you. You'll feel a little hit of dopamine. So it's a very valuable thing to read your work aloud, even if there's nobody else in the room. It's not an empty room. You are in it, and you are your most important audience. So please put me on pause now and read what you wrote aloud. I hope that did surprise you, even a little tiny bit. Many people say they write better in 10 minutes than they could write in an hour. And I find that that's often true for me too. If you would like to share what you wrote a little more widely, we have an opportunity for you to do that. It's called the Imaginative Storm Circle. And you can post what you write on there, and other people can read it and reflect back to you what popped for them. And you can read what other people wrote to the same prompt. We've been doing this for nearly 5 years now, and all 5 years worth of those weekly prompts are there on the circle. So if you're intrigued by this method and you'd like to do a little more, you can find, of course, all 5 years worth on our YouTube channel here and also on the circle. And here's how you get there. Go to imaginativestorm.com, scroll over to the community page, click there, and you will see Imaginative Storm on Circle. Click there, and it will take you down to that bit of the page where it explains the circle. You can click here in the picture, and you end up at the circle. It won't look quite like this because I'm logged in and it wants me to do things. It will ask you to make a username and a password. It's also free. And once you've done that, go over here to this navigation on the left. You can explore the rest of it at some point if you like, but prompt of the week is where we're going. And in prompt of the week, you will see with the date every single prompt that we have offered for over 4.5 years. So it's quite an archive. And let's just click on one and show you how this works. So we'll click on this mural. So here you will find the first thing, the credit, then a link to our YouTube. We create a YouTube video for each prompt where we do the timing for you. And then you'll find the Saturday words and the Thursday words, and then you will see what people have posted. And well, this was a week where nobody really replied very much, but you can like what people wrote and you can reply to what they wrote. And if you want, you can upload an audio or a video. See here, Kathleen has commented on Celia's. And you can, here Nave's also uploaded an audio. And then at the very bottom, you will see this, what are your thoughts? And that is where you type in what you wrote and you're done. While you're at imaginativestorm.com, you might like to check out some of our other offerings. We have a number of books for writers, and in fact, 2 new ones coming out in the next month or two, as well as online courses that you can do in your own time, an audio course and a video course of Write What You Don't Know, live Zoom courses. There's also a live Zoom 10-week workshop of Write What You Don't Know, and also in-person retreats. The next one, as I make this video, the next one is in Taos, New Mexico, which is where I live, at the end of April 2026. And then we also have a long weekend in La Veta, Colorado, near the Spanish Peaks, south of Colorado Springs, at the end of June. And then I also teach a memoir workshop in Nova Scotia for the last week of September. Having to remember all this. As you can see, I don't do this with notes. So thank you for joining me. And I hope that you find the Imaginative Storm method enriches your life. Many of us have found that, much to our surprise. Thank you.